Bonjour tout le monde. On est parti pour la suite d'Otherworld. Suite est probablement la fin. Ouais, donc j'ai regardé pour la quête que j'avais en souffrance, et là je ne pourrais pas finir cette quête parce que je m'y suis mal pris. Et je vais pas remonter 15 sauvegardes en arrière. Il aurait fallu que je fasse cette quête avant de terminer Byzance, parce que là maintenant je retourne à Byzance, c'est la guerre, tout le monde m'attaque, même les civils, donc voilà, on fera ça, tant pis. Pour une quête que j'ai vérifié qui n'est pas tip top, enfin qui n'est pas tip top niveau récompense, hein. Donc c'est pas encore trop grave. May the force be with you. Excusez-moi pour la toux, hein. Salut Cryo Sensei. PS4 Pro, non. Bah moi je fais les deux, donc je fais les deux, je fais PC et console, donc enfin juste PS4, pas Xbox One.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
des armures chez le marchand parce qu'il faut faire une petite upgrade sur l'armure de Félix.
Hey, look who it is. Everything I said.
Voilà, ça c'est fait.
Ooh.
Still betting on the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
You looking to shoot
Look, don't they? Have a look.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crush. Power nugget. Now with 12% more crush.
Voilà, on est pareil.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Ok. On est bon. Ok, bah je reporte tout ça d'armes hein, pour me faire plaisir. Donc ça risque de pas mal castagner dans peu. Allez, direction Tartare. Ouais, j'y vais.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously. All right, I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship is dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance? I'll be here.
J'ai pris un cachet pour arrêter de tousser, mais tant qu'il fasse effet. Excusez-moi encore. Bon, j'y vais avec... J'y vais avec ces deux-là.
just getting started.
Keep this up and I won't have any new battle scars.
Dump the bodies and the rest of the
Ok, on a l'aide du précurseur, génial. Pour attaquer.
What was that?
Et c'est rigolo, ça fait devenir les gens tout petits. Et l'autre, ça fait un contrôle mental.
Somebody help Ellie!
Nailed him, Captain!
Ouais, c'est pas tip top le lance-grenade.
surface?
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
way, boss. I got your back.
On va faire une petite save. Attends, on s'en sort pas trop mal, mais ils font mal quand même hein, ici. J'ai l'impression que je suis level max. Ah ouais, on peut pas aller plus haut que level 30. Kiloki. T'as un show alors de se faire un perso. C'est déjà la fin du jeu, c'est un peu triste parce que... Bon bah le quota, le cahier des charges est respecté, j'ai fait 60 heures dessus quasiment. Bah voilà. Très chouette qu'il y ait un New Game Plus après, qu'on puisse réutiliser l'équipement, le personnage, mais... J'y crois pas trop.
Heads up! No prisoners! I'll take this one! commotion coming. I can feel it.
Heads up, boss!
Open fire! Got a new mark!
Oh, allez, go. Les renforts qu'on a eu du précurseur, ils se sont vite fait dégommer.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help.
Are you new here? Oh. My...
Oh merde, c'est mes alliés. Je viens de flinguer mes renforts. Ouais, donc en fonction de qui vous avez des bonnes relations pour la fin du jeu, vous avez différents renforts comme dans Fallout New Vegas. En l'occurrence, je suis ami avec Monarque et Précurseur. Résultat, Monarque m'envoie ses troupes et le Précurseur aussi. Et donc les mecs aimaient si pas leur tirer dessus, faut faire gaffe.
Saw you coming.
I've been waiting for this. Yeah, that's what you get. You're going down.
They're practicing this. Not bad, huh?
That was fun.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were...
I'm warmed up
Take
now.
him down.
Avant de prendre l'ascenseur, je ferai une sauvegarde aussi.
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner. Is that a joke? Y'all call me out to fix the FPS and now you're asking me who I am? Whatever. I need to fix this. Forced pacific. And
bon, ok, allons à l'ascenseur. Quand on va déclencher les hostilités, on aura les renforts.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain... So, get in there and... Mike!
Oh, that's the last of him. Love a good brawl. You got it.
Eh, c'est Grim, c'est le gars que j'ai donné le poster.
Get us up and I won't have any new battle scars.
Waste of company ammo.
On tient la place. président Rockwell. Rockwell, leurs produits sont bien, pas leurs vendeurs.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
Ah, and the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help. I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished. You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
What's this? Everyone all right?
You're right about this, Captain.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty. Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army? Those barbarians from Monarch are running wild in my prison. I suppose I have you to thank for this indignity. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested. You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him.
Ah non, ils vont lui griller la cervelle comme dans Total Recall.
Riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony. I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain. I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Ok. RAM. vache. Je vais crever, il m'a chargé dans le dos. C'était limite, hein, pourtant je suis level max. J'avais fait un tour pour acheter les derniers stuff aux compagnons et malgré ça, en mode normal ils piquent, hein, voilà, ils font quand même mal. Ça doit être infâme. Ça doit être infâme au niveau de en difficile ou en supernova. Faire une save parce que j'ai pas envie de me le retaper. J'ai eu beaucoup de chance par moment.
Why won't you just die?
That's one thing.
Time for a drink?
J'avoue, il y a un gros clipping de merde. Ah oui. Ah non, c'est... C'est la nébuleuse d'or qui est...
Get me out of here.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
D'accord.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation. But most of them found a way to carry on.
Je suppose que si on s'allie au Conseil, les choses sont totalement différentes.
Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone.
Je leur ferai bien une deuxième fois de moi dans mon coin, bien sûr, je vais pas vouloir streamer, voir s'il y a des choix qui peuvent vraiment impacter.
Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. It was said that the first corpse that fed her garden belonged to Reed Thompson. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. the future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries
Ok, j'ai ramené les bourgeois à la réalité, ils ont tous trouvé un emploi. Avec ce que je viens de faire, ils ont arrêté un peu de profiter des
Nearly
pauvres.
everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark
C'est vrai
time
que,
indeed.
hormis une corporation monarque à qui j'ai fait confiance, j'ai pu choisir un côté
She
libérateur,
finally admitted, albeit
révolutionnaire.
grudgingly, that she just might need other people.
Les
Sometimes.
compagnons ont droit aussi à une conclusion si tu
With
fais
a
leur
steady
quête,
income
comme
from the
dans
life
Fallout New
insurance
Vegas.
payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. he passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Ah, c'était Outer World, voilà. Bon, j'ai eu la fin que je voulais, hein. Bon, c'est la fin des happy end des grands space opéra, comme on l'imagine. Maintenant, je serais curieux de voir ce qui se passe quand on collabore avec le conseil, qu'on choisit carrément l'opposé, quoi. Donc il y a 30 levels au total, je pensais qu'il n'y aurait pas de limite parce que... Et ma grosse surprise ça a été que toutes les planètes qu'on voit dans le système solaire, majeure partie sont là pour décorer, quoi. J'avais regardé sur internet aussi pour être sûr. Mais voilà quoi, c'est un très bon RPG. Avec multiples fins, donc une rejouabilité. J'ai calculé les heures que j'ai fait dessus, j'ai fait quasiment 60 heures. Et 60 heures se complètent avec les 2 dernières heures que je viens de faire ici, enfin les 1h34. Voilà, 60 heures tout pile, hein, ils se sont pas fait chier, 60 heures tout juste de jeu si vous prenez le temps de tout faire. Prendrez plus de temps si vous mettez des difficultés élevées, mais voilà. Il était bien sympa, je vais sûrement refaire une game. Sûrement dans mon coin, sauf si vous... Parce que je suis pas sûr du résultat que j'escompte pour la deuxième game en fait. J'ai pas envie de vous faire chier en streamant. En streamant ce que vous avez déjà vu, quoi. Bah, je suppose qu'en fonction de chez qui vous allez voir le jeu, ou si vous avez fait le jeu dans le chat, je suppose que vous n'avez quasiment pas eu la même chose que moi, car c'est impossible de faire tout pile la même chose à moins que de suivre les quêtes comme j'ai fait, mais bon, j'ai fait souvent des choix pacifistes. J'ai fait un peu de boulot illégal, genre travailler pour les Sublight, mais voilà. Un jeu de plus à ajouter à la liste des jeux finis. Je vais voir pour caser un autre petit jeu en attendant le 15. On va peut-être... J'ai 7 jours de PS Now offert. Je me suis dit que je pourrais télécharger un jeu qui pourrait se faire en 2 jours, genre Until Dawn. Je vais réfléchir. ils offrent le premier mois, enfin ils offrent 7 jours d'essai gratuits pour le PS Now. Seulement en 7 jours, faut que je finisse un jeu quoi. Pourquoi pas Until Dawn qui se finit en 2 jours? Point négatif du jeu, j'en trouve pas beaucoup parce qu'il est vraiment excellent. À part peut-être que j'aurais voulu quelque chose d'un peu plus long, parce que ça me fait chier, ça me fait chier de la, que c'est, j'ai un peu expédié, je trouve, un peu expédié les trucs. Le conseil, on les a jamais vus. Voilà, on a juste vu un président, c'est tout, qui dirige un peu les antagonistes de l'histoire. Possibilité en plus de bosser avec les antagonistes. Enfin voilà quoi. C'est vrai qu'il y a des factions que j'ai rétamées au passage. Donc il y a les factions qui produisent la nourriture aussi que vous pouvez travailler. Mais moi je les ai, comme je bossais pour les sublights, je les ai exterminés. Donc voilà, vous pouvez travailler avec les enfin vous pouvez avoir les iconoclastes au lieu de monarques. Faire changer le pouvoir de main sur monarque en fait. Enfin voilà. Je suppose que ça doit changer majoritairement le... Genre je parie que sur Byzance, si je fais copain-copain avec le conseil, je suppose que... Faudrait tester, faudrait balancer Phineas Wells. Je vais retenter une game et je vais balancer Phineas Wells au début du jeu. Voir si ça peut impacter le truc. Bah voilà, donc prochain jeu, je me décide encore. J'attends la sortie de Star Wars Fallen Order et après je prendrai une décision. Si Star Wars Fallen Order n'est pas aussi bien que prévu, ça sera Death Stranding. Si Death Stranding il est bien. C'est un jeu qui sort du lot, hein. Faut aimer les gameplays un peu Kojima, je vais dire. Mais voilà, donc ça sera soit Star Wars Fallen Order en prochain gros jeu qu'on va faire. Donc entre temps on fera sûrement un jeu rétro, on fera sûrement soit j'essaye de trouver un truc sympa à faire avec mes 7 jours de PS Now offerts. Parce qu'il y a une petite ludothèque de jeux mais pas grand chose pour le moment. Soit il faut vraiment que je fasse quelque chose qui se fasse en 10 jours en fait. Ou plusieurs petits jeux en 10 jours, il faudrait que je cherche. Si je fais Until Dawn, ça me prendra 2 jours. Parce que Until Dawn, tu le fais en 2 fois. Il y a Heavy Rain, mais c'est trop long pour le faire en 7 jours. Donc ici on est le 5, ouais, il faut que je trouve un jeu sur 10 jours en fait. Je pourrais trouver un jeu qui occupe les 7 jours du PS du PS Now peut-être. Voilà. Bah, je regrette pas l'achat de Outer World, hein. J'ai bien pris mon temps pour tout faire, j'ai bien rentabilisé le jeu. Peut-être qu'il y aura une surprise, j'avais pensé peut-être qu'il y aurait un New Game Plus, qu'on puisse recommencer directement avec son personnage, mais qu'on puisse refaire l'histoire avec les armes et tout qu'on a gardé, mais je pense pas. Ça m'étonnerait fort. Bah voilà. Je suppose que si je fais continuer, je reviens à la save précédente. Ouais. Bah voilà. Je vais déjà aller m'occuper des épisodes. Ça aura fait un petit live, hein, 1h40 pour finir le jeu. Voilà, sans compter que c'est bon, cette VOD là sera très courte. Mais pas oublier que je suis déjà au nombre de 7 VOD traitées, près quasiment. Avec celle-ci ça fait... Ouais, avec celle-ci ça fait 7. Donc ouais, j'ai fait... Ouais. Faut oublier que j'ai fait quand même des épisodes de 6-7 heures. Je recompterai pour être sûr. Mais c'est quand même j'ai fait quand même des épisodes de 6-7 heures dessus. J'ai quand même beaucoup joué. J'ai quand même vite avancé. Donc j'ai très vite appréhendé les mécaniques de jeu. Donc voilà. Bah sur ce, bah, je vous laisse là. Hein. On verra si je refais un truc au soir. Je sais que c'est un peu tôt. Mais voilà. Je me doutais que de toute façon que la VOD ne serait pas très grosse ici. Je l'avais prédit. Voilà. Bah sur ce, je vous dis à plus. Je vais réfléchir pendant que je m'occupe des VOD. Je vais les mettre sur YouTube tout de suite, comme ça c'est fait. Et je vous souhaite bah, la bonne journée. Et bon appétit pour